All right, so hi everyone, welcome to an interview with Mark Wood, one of the original members of the TranSiberian Orchestra, along with his son Elijah Wood. Thanks guys for joining us today. Mark is the inventor of the first solid body electric violin and founder of a school program called Electrify Your Strings, and specifically the Mark Wood Experience. They're coming to Forest Hills to work with our music students and will perform on February 28th at the Forest Hills Fine Arts Center. Who or what inspired you to play the violin? Did you always plan on becoming a violin rock star, or was there another career path in mind?
Um, it was really, for better or for worse, my mom was a classical musician and she had 4 boys, and every one of my brothers and I are string players, so it was an easy thing for us to start on stringed instruments, but we were playing classical music, and we were the first all-brother string quartet in the world, so I was introduced to not actually violin, but viola. I'm a viola player, which is a big, fat violin. And then my parents made the fatal mistake of buying me a record called Sgt. Pepper's, which, what band is that? Quick, come on, Tony. Oh, Toni! Thank you. Very good.
Got some help.
Whisper that in your ear. The greatest rock band in the world I became obsessed with, and I knew that they needed a viola player. So I went to Juilliard on classical music, but within a couple of years I realized that rock and roll was far better for me on every level. So who inspired me truly was my mom on viola and strings, but definitely the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, they guided me towards more of a rock feel.
That's great. All right. So, what's the favorite song you've ever played?
Besides my own material, I would say "Kashmir" by Led Zeppelin.
That's a quality song. All right. All right. For this one's for Elijah. What is it like to travel with your mom and dad? And how long have you played for the drums for? And do you also play the violin?
Well, first of all, it's pretty cool traveling with my mom and dad because, I mean, for one, it's just a great experience to, visit new places and to see different cultures, and I get to play drums all the time, which is something I don't complain about. But yeah, so I've played drums for about 8 or 9 years now, which is pretty cool. And I try to practice most of the days. But yeah, and I'm a terrible violin player. So I mean, the first instrument that my dad taught me how to play, obviously, was the violin. And I still have it upstairs. It's like this little tiny thing, right? And I am the worst violin player you've ever heard. So
we use it as a tennis racket now.
Yeah.
Maybe hit the drums with it a little bit.
But if you don't mind, I do want to add that Elijah was way smarter than me, because all of my nephews, all my brother's sons and daughters play a stringed instrument. It's historically part of my family tradition that everybody plays violin, viola, or cello. He was so smart that at 5 or 6 years old, he said, "I don't want to do what you do. I want to do what I want to do." And it was the smartest thing, because now he's my drummer, and he will never be sort of in my shadow. So he's much smarter than me.
That's always a good route to take.